One moment they are acting in billion-dollar movies, the next they are dropping wild comments that no publicist can clean up. Some stars have a habit of speaking first and thinking later, and the results are shocking. In this video, I am going to show you the movie stars who have no filter when it comes to speaking. 1. Madonna versus Letterman. No holding back. This 1994 interview on The Late Show quickly turned wild. Madonna and David Letterman exchanged bold jokes that kept pushing the line. David tries to stir things up by asking Madonna to kiss a random man from the audience, teasing her with a grin. She leans back, amused but holding her ground.
Let's go kiss a guy in the audience. Why don't you go kiss the guy?
Madonna does not let it pass. She quickly questions his strange focus, looking right at him with a bold look.
Why are you so obsessed with my sex life?
Letterman makes fun of himself to answer her question. Madonna laughs, but he cuts in before she says more.
As we all know, I have none of my own.
2. Dakota Johnson keeps it real on stage. Dakota Johnson was on stage to accept an award when something unexpected happened. What followed was a moment only Dakota could pull off with humor and total ease. As she stepped up with a smile, still laughing from a friendly hug, she adjusted her dress and made a bold little joke about it.
I just broke my dress.
Without skipping a beat, she faced the crowd and added one more cheeky line, clearly enjoying the moment.
Okay, so, well, it's not like nobody here hasn't already seen my
The audience burst into laughter, but Dakota stayed cool, smiling wide and completely unfazed. Third Letterman gets a raw answer from Cher appeared on the talk show with David Letterman after many years of refusing. Things turned bold quickly when she revealed the real reason she avoided the show for so long. What came next stunned the host and thrilled the audience. Cher hinted there was more behind her decision, saying it was not really about the hotel.
So that you thought that was one reason, but of course that's not really the reason. What was the reason?
Letterman stepped back, trying to joke, asking if she thought he was something bad.
Because you thought I was
An ass.
Then came the moment that shocked the room. Cher said it straight to his face. Cher jumped in again with a joke, saying she called him an astronaut.
No, an astronaut.
Yeah, an astronaut.
I thought you were an astronaut.
Yeah.
Letterman told viewers at home she had called him something much nicer than what she really said.
And of course, for you folks at home who may have missed that, what she said was she thought I was an awfully nice guy.
He laughed and played along, then tried to move on as the moment came to a close.
You're an astronaut.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you know
now,
what?
see, I know.
4. Vin Diesel interview gets too personal. The interview started with a regular tone. Vin Diesel was calm and talking about working with Tom Hanks. But very quickly, the conversation went in a different direction. Vin began by talking about acting with Tom Hanks, sounding thoughtful and relaxed. But then, without warning, his attention shifted from the topic to the interviewer.
This was the first one, and
He suddenly stopped mid-sentence, looked at Carol, and loudly praised her looks. His expression turned playful, and he leaned forward with excitement.
God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man.
Now visibly distracted, he pointed at her and asked others to agree. He even said he could not focus on the interview because of her beauty.
Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Then he got too personal without keeping in mind he was on interview.
Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. My God, I love her. Look how beautiful she is.
Thank you.
God, wow, man.
So, Tom Hanks?
Wow, man.
5. Rourke says what he wants. This one is about Mickey Rourke. Known for speaking his mind, he showed again that he says whatever he wants, no matter where he is. Mickey asked JoJo something very direct about her, and it caught her off guard. He was blunt and showed no hesitation.
So do you like girls or boys?
Me? Girls.
I know, I can tell.
My partner is non-binary. That's the vape smoke room.
Not long after, Mickey sat outside and made a joke that crossed the line. His words were clearly inappropriate, and JoJo responded with confidence but firmness.
If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
I'll tie you up.
Then came a moment where Mickey used offensive language while talking about voting. He casually called JoJo by a label based on her identity.
We all vote each other out.
Yeah, eventually.
I'm gonna vote the lesbian out real quick.
JoJo.
That's homophobic.
The rest of the house reacted quickly. They told him it was wrong and called out his comment as homophobic.
So that's homophobic if that was your reasoning.
Have you got anyone you want to vote out? Well, no, we actually can't discuss this. No, we can't discuss this. This is undiscussable.
The lesbian I'm going to vote out.
As if that was not enough, Mickey used another slur in front of everyone. He tried to say it was just about needing a cigarette, but no one took it lightly.
I need a fag. Not talking to you. I need a fag.
6. Christian Bale's on-set explosion. Here, the actor suddenly turns from calm to furious. He yells at the crew member, his face blurred but his voice loud and sharp.
I want you off the set, you prick! Sorry. No, don't just be sorry. Think for a second. The are you?
He starts moving around now, pacing, not letting up. His voice grows louder. The energy on set drops. No one dares interrupt him.
Do I want? No! No! Don't shut me up! Am I gonna walk around and rip your lights down in the middle of a scene?
Then comes sarcasm. Bale mocks the way the crew member walked in, almost dancing in place to prove his point. He asks again and again what part of this the man cannot understand.
You got any idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the scene?
Even when the man tries to explain, saying he was just checking the light, Bale is not having it. He throws his hands up and tears into him again, acting like the whole take has been wasted.
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now, isn't it?
7. Kristen Stewart slips up live on SNL. At the end of her SNL episode, Kristen Stewart stood between Aidy Bryant and Kate McKinnon. The stage was set for a usual cheerful goodbye, but her excitement got the better of her. With a big smile, she praised the show and suddenly let out a word not meant for live TV.
That was a really good choice. Okay, so we've got a great show, and I totally care that I'm here because it's the coolest fucking thing ever. Oh.
She instantly covered her mouth in shock. Kate McKinnon gasped dramatically, and Aidy froze before laughing. Trying to recover, Kristen apologized, joked about never coming back, and ended the show with a smile.
Oh my God, and I'm sorry, and Alessia Cara is also here, and I'll never come back. So stick around.
8. Kanye West shocks the VMAs by saying what he really thinks. Taylor Swift had just stepped forward, smiling as she held the trophy and began her speech. She looked excited, thankful, and full of joy. In the crowd, everyone was clapping for Taylor.
Music, so thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
But then Kanye West suddenly walked onto the stage without warning. Taylor looked confused as he took the microphone right out of her hand.
Yo, Taylor. I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Kanye kept going. He pointed toward the crowd and said someone else deserved that award more than Taylor.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
In the crowd, Beyonce looked shocked. Her mouth dropped open and she seemed embarrassed by the sudden outburst.
One of the best videos.
Kanye made his final point again, then shrugged and turned to walk off the stage. 9. Kanye loses his cool on live radio. He started calm, but his voice kept rising. Kanye looked directly at Sway and began pointing while speaking faster and louder. The room's energy changed.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
The tension got heavier. Kanye leaned forward again, voice firm and sharp. His hands were moving fast and his frustration boiled over as he cut Sway off without pause.
Kanye, I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
you ain't got the answers.
He did not stop. Kanye looked directly at Sway, throwing out big claims and shaking his head like no one in the room understood his struggle.
You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yep.
Then it got personal. He dismissed Sway's work in fashion with a loud and mocking tone.
And it ain't no Ralph, though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this. I'm asking
What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Sway tried to calm the moment, but Kanye cut him off again. Both men were talking over each other, but Kanye's voice was louder and more aggressive.
Exactly, and I could lose money on a higher level too.
And that's
Don't
what I'm
think
asking
just
you.
because
Wait, hold
don't
up,
think because I got
Kanye,
the most or the least
let
money.
me finish my question, dog.
Man, man.
Sway finally snapped a little too. It sounded more like a heated argument between friends on air.
You ain't got to turn up, man. This ain't no fucking...
Still had more to say.
Everybody,
you ain't got to turn up like you ain't got to... No, hold up. You disrespect...
Ain't no hold up.
Listen, bro.
Ain't no hold up.
10. Paula Abduls' slurred interview. The interviewer calmly brings up what people have been saying about Paula and how she handles pain.
There are a lot of people who think that you deal with pain by taking prescription drugs, not recreational drugs.
Paula listens carefully. Then she quickly shuts down all the talk. Her voice is serious and clear.
I've been addicted to any prescription drugs. I've never been drunk.
Now comes the strange part. As Paula talks about how she worked hard and gave up a normal life, a weird clip shows her shaking a pink toy.
I've worked my whole life. I sacrificed being a normal girl.
Then things get even more offbeat. She continues to defend her name, but this time she is suddenly holding a beer can, which was surprising.
My credibility, my reputation, everything that I've worked so hard since birth is questionable.
11. Tony Danza pre-interview goes wrong. He looked straight into the lens, let out a sigh, and casually started saying how tired he was of doing these shows, like he had done one too many of them. His tone was dry, maybe even irritated.
Being on these things.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You end up
5.
on those news shows so often, you know?
Then it became more clear. He was not just tired, he was annoyed.
Those news shows are terrible.
Tony?
I'm telling you, I just realized it because I'm hearing the news show in the background.
He kept going, comparing it to the nice morning shows he expected. But instead, he was stuck on a serious news channel.
Now, you always think that you're doing those good morning shows, but this is one of those news shows.
The anchor tried to bring him back, but he mocked the idea of being on local news.
Tony.
I'm going to be part of the local news. How exciting.
12. Ariana Grande curses on carpet. At a major red carpet event, Ariana Grande tried to stay calm while speaking to the press. But things quickly got off track. She started the interview and said she often feels anxious before these events.
Because usually I cannot come within 3 feet of a red carpet without having a nervous.
Then she made a casual comment about the interviewer, trying to stay relaxed.
This old hat for you. I feel like I met you when you were very young.
Suddenly, she blurted out a curse word while praising other artists. Her eyes widened and she quickly covered her mouth.
Everyone's done incredibly this year. I'm like looking around like, holy everyone is so amazing. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You're
I'm so
Ariana
sorry.
Grande. We got you.
Trying to recover, she apologized and looked completely embarrassed.
We got you. 2 seconds. I up. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I do want a mic drop.
But it happened again. She nearly slipped up a second time and froze with her hands still over her mouth, totally speechless.
I do want to ask you about this fabulous gown. Your stylist, La Roche, is sitting right here.
13. Tom Cruise's wild Oprah moment. It was one of those talk show moments that turned into pop culture legend. When Tom Cruise stepped onto Oprah's stage, the crowd went wild, but nobody expected what came next. The moment Tom entered the stage, he was like a spark in a fireworks factory. He ran out full of energy, hugged Oprah, and then suddenly dropped to the floor laughing like a kid on a sugar high. He could not stay still. At one point, he jumped up, grabbed Oprah's hands, and shouted with so much excitement that even she looked stunned. You could see in her eyes that she was both shocked and amused.
As fun was that? Yes, yes. What has happened to you?
As Oprah tried to steer the talk towards his movie, Tom was far too gone. He jumped on the couch with both feet like a boy who just won a race. He was laughing and shouting with a kind of joy most people hide.
Ever felt this way?
Even when Oprah tried to bring up his movie, he just laughed, grabbed her hands again, and kept going on about love. The crowd loved it. Oprah, she was trying to keep up.
This is something I have to discuss with her personally, but you know.
14. Joan Rivers walks out on live CNN interview. The host brings up Joan's book cover and tries to ask a question about how people might react to the fur. Joan wastes no time flipping the tone of the chat.
Shock value to you. I mean, you're on the cover of your book. You're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
You know, this whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
Without waiting, Joan cuts in. Her tone gets sharper, and she throws a direct question at the host, calling out her own leather shoes.
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yeah,
shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
The host laughs nervously, clearly surprised. But Joan is not done. Her voice gets louder.
You're eating chicken. You're eating meat.
When the host tries to continue, Joan makes her decision. She declares she is done and starts to remove her mic.
There were people who were upset, and you're just saying,
no, you know, I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
Joan keeps her voice firm and emotional, defends her comedy, and walks off, leaving the host stunned and speechless.
Are we serious?
15. Gene Simmons' crude joke. Joy Behar reminded Gene about something he said in the past. To set the scene, she played a flashback from her interview with Alice Cooper.
Gene Simmons was on the show. I've heard this before from him anyway.
Then she mentioned the shocking number Gene had once claimed. Alice Cooper's reaction was both confused and surprised.
Claims that he had 1,000 women.
Alice repeated the number, clearly finding it hard to believe.
Do you believe that?
At the same time?
Joy asked if he thought it was true, and Alice made a joke with a straight face that made Joy laugh.
No.
Joy took the joke even further, saying if it were true, Gene would be in rough shape.
That's true. Wouldn't he be in traction at this point?
Yeah. Then she looked straight at Gene and made a cheeky comment about his back, tying it all together.
How's your back, Gene?
Gene answered with a straight face, but added a crude line. Shannon clearly did not like it.
My back is good, my schmeckle not so much.
Shannon turned to him sharply. Her voice was cold, and she was clearly not amused.
That's very nice of you to joke.
Gene tried to explain it was only a joke, but Shannon was already reacting. She pushed his arm and got up to leave.
It's a joke. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Rude.
Shannon walked off the set looking very angry. Gene and Joy were both left in an awkward silence.
Rude.
She's
so
done
rude.
with you.
It's so rude for you to joke about it.
That was intense, and I am sure you have your own opinions. Drop your thoughts below, hit subscribe, and let's keep this going. Let me know what topic you want to see in the next one.